All right, now we're going to do Pause and Practice 4-2, which is on page 212 in your workbook. For this Pause and Practice project, you continue to modify Emma's brochure. You apply a table style and table style options to the table you created in the previous Pause and Practice project. You also convert text to a table and apply borders and shading. So the first thing you need to do is open your Pause and Practice W4-1 file that you created in Pause and Practice 4-1. So you're going to do that. And then you're going to save the document as your initials PP W4-2. Next, we're going to apply table style options and a table style. So go to the end of the document, the table that you created, and select the table. And then click the Table Tools Design tab. Make sure that header row, banded rows, and first column are all checked, and nothing else should be checked. Alright, then we're going to go over here and click on the More button in the Table Styles group to open the Table Styles gallery. And they want us to choose Grid Table 5 Dark - Accent 3. So that one is Grid Table 5 Dark right there. Okay, so that applies the style to the table. Now we're going to apply a custom top and bottom border to the table. Select the first row, which is the title of the table. So select that, and then we're going to click on the Borders button, which is here, and select Borders and Shading all the way at the bottom. And in the setting area, we're going to select Custom, and then we're going to select Black Text 1 from the color drop-down list, which is here, Black Text 1, and 1.5 point from the width drop-down list, so 1.5 point, and Solid Line, which is the first line style in the list, if that's not already selected. And then over here in the preview area, we're going to click the top boundary of the cell to add a top border, so right there, and then click OK to close the dialog box. Then we're going to select the bottom row of the table here and open the Borders and Shading dialog box and apply the same custom border to the bottom of the selected row. Well, if you look over here, you can see that those things are already set up. Here's the pen color. Here's 1.5 point solid line. So what you can do is just click here and then click on bottom row, right here, bottom, and that applied it. Alright, next we're going to vertically align text in the cells. So we're going to select the entire table, not including the top row, which is the title. So we're going to select everything else, and then we click on the Properties button, which is in the Table Tools Layout tab, Table Group. So Table Tools Layout over here in the Table Group. Click on Properties, and that opens this dialog box, and you select the Cell tab if it's not already selected, and click on Center in the vertical alignment. Click Center and then click OK, and that makes puts all of the text right in the center as far as going up and down in each cell. Alright, now we're going to make some formatting changes to the text in the table. Select the first row, which is the title row. Open the Font dialog box. So go to Home, Font, click the launcher. We're going to change the size to 12. So over here is the size. Click on the 12. The font color to Black Text 1, which is here. And we're going to choose all caps in the effects area. All caps. And you can see it changing down here as I do each of the things. Alright, so now we're going to click OK, and it applies it to that top row. Now we're going to select the first column, not including that top row. Open the Font dialog box again and click on Small Caps. So the only thing we're doing now is changing the font from like a regular font to small caps, and then click outside of it and you can see that everything has been changed. Next, we're going to convert some text to a table. So we go back up to the top of the document, and it's these 3 lines right here underneath where it says Realtor Consultant. And if you don't have the Show Hide on, make sure you turn it on, because when you select the 3 lines, you have to make sure to include the paragraph mark at the end of the 3rd line. If you don't have Show Hide on, you won't be able to see that. So you select those things, those 3 lines, click on the Insert tab, click on Table, and go down here, Convert Text to Table. Click on that, and then change in the Auto Fit Behavior area. Check it, click on Auto Fit to Contents right there, and then click OK, and it creates a table with the text. But that doesn't look very professional. So what we're going to do is get rid of some of the borders. So we're going to select the entire table again. We're going to go over here to Borders and click down here on No Border, and that removes all the borders. Leave it selected. We're going to go back over here and we're going to click on Top Border, and then we're going to do that again and click on Bottom Border. So it's just adding top and bottom borders to that table. Alright, keep the table still selected, and we're going to add some shading. So click on the shading button here and select Olive Green Accent 3 Lighter 80%. So this row here is the olive green, obviously, because nothing else here is green. So olive green, and if you hover on it and read it very quickly, Olive Green Accent 3, and then Lighter 80% is the very top one. So just click that. And that adds just a very light shading to the 3 lines. And you can see that it all looks much better. I'll turn off the Show Hide. So there, it looks much nicer now. Alright, and that's all you have to do for this one. So go ahead and save it, and you can close it.